After 3.5 years, Qatar has been brought back into the regional fold. Saudi Arabia, the UAE, Bahrain and Egypt have ended their disastrous blockade, which failed to achieve any of the goals it was set out to. The reconciliation, which was reached in the Saudi city of Al Ula, saw the leaders of the Gulf countries come together for the first time in years. But behind the handshakes and warm messages lie many of the problems that sent the region into crisis. In June 2017, the Saudi-led bloc drew up a list of demands on Qatar, which included ending its support for the Muslim Brotherhood, shutting down Al Jazeera and closing a Turkish military base. None of those concessions were made. When an economic and travel embargo was imposed by the anti-Doha bloc, Turkey stepped in to provide support with food shipments and other aid. But now restoring regional stability is the priority not only for Ankara, but other Gulf nations as well. Already there is talk about lowering tensions between Turkey and key Arab states, with Qatar possibly playing a mediating role. Could the end of the blockade provide an opportunity for a regional reset? Or is it too soon to know if deep-seated differences can be overcome? And to answer that, joining me now from Turkestan is Cengiz Tomar. He is the rector at Akhmet Yassawi University. And from Doha, Ali Bakir, he is an assistant professor at the Ibn Khaldon Center at Qatar University. Gentlemen, welcome to Straight Talk. It's good to have you on the program. Now that the blockade is over, what's next for the region, Cengiz? And is it possible for things to return back normal quickly, given the tense atmosphere that engulfed the region for over 3 years?
I think so. It is good for Qatar, and also it is a win for Qatar, and it is good for Turkey as well. I mentioned that there was a front against Turkey in the region. This is southern front, and Gulf countries, Saudi Arabia, Emirates, and then Egypt, and also Israel and Greece. And right now is good, especially for the region, Gulf countries. Now the rifts between the Gulf countries is going, but also good for Turkey because there was a bloc there in Gulf countries, and it is leaving as well. It means that for Qatar and Turkey is very good. Very good.
We're going to get into that
position.
In a minute. But Ali, on the surface, it seems Qatar did not give any major concessions. So what do you think? What's the reasoning behind this reconciliation? And also, what could you tell us about its timing?
Thank you very much for hosting me. First, regardless of the details of the reconciliation, I need to stress the fact that it is a very positive, much needed step in the right direction. I think that states will probably need some time to adapt to the new reality. I believe that when it comes to timing, of course, Biden winning the US elections was pretty much determining factor in this issue. The pressure that came also from Trump administration on certain Gulf countries such as Saudi Arabia and the UAE to resolve the Gulf crisis was also important factor in this issue. Of course, not all countries were happy because Qatar had not surrendered to any of their conditions. Of course, Qatar emerged victorious in this new settlement. Probably Abu Dhabi was not happy of the reconciliation, and Saudi Arabia had its own reasons to go for this reconciliation process. So all in all, I think that it is a very positive step, and Qatar emerged victorious. Saudi Arabia is benefiting from it, and other countries had to just adapt to the new reality, such as UAE and Bahrain.
Yes.
So this is the situation right now, and we will see how things will move on from now on.
Okay. Cengiz, you just briefly mentioned, but what does this reconciliation mean for Turkey? And could this agreement alter Qatar's relations with Turkey or reset relations in the region?
Yes, there's a reset of the relations in the region in general, in whole. But also it is very important for Turkey because Qatar was our strategic partner in Gulf, and also Turkey has played a major role in the ending of crisis by standing beside Qatar from the beginning up to end, and Turkey can normalize and maybe repair some kind of some relations with Gulf countries, especially with Saudi Arabia is a pivot country and very important country with Egypt in Arab world, and also some type of good relations with UAE, Emirates.
Yes.
And also it improve the relations between Gulf countries. There are Oman and Qatar and Kuwait. There are different policy in Gulf countries, but United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, and Saudi Arabia in a different way.
Yes.
And maybe they can get close with this very good improvement in the relations.
So, Ali, the UAE, which was the most committed more than any other Arab Gulf countries to confronting Turkey, has recently expressed willingness to normalize ties with Ankara. Has it had a change of heart in its regional policies, let's say in Syria, Libya, or Somalia?
Well, we have been hearing Emirati officials calling for normalization of relations with Turkey lately, and this is, of course, a direct result of the reconciliation process in the GCC between Saudi Arabia and Qatar. But for Ankara, I believe that Turkish officials will need to see concrete measures and actions taken from Abu Dhabi rather than rhetoric in order to take such statements seriously. Now, whether this new development in the GCC will have implications on the Gulf region and also beyond, I personally believe that it has the potential to reshape the balance of power in the region, and it will lead to political implications. It will help bridge the gap between Saudi Arabia and Turkey. It will constrain UAE's destructive policies in places such as Syria, Libya, Somalia, and probably elsewhere. So this is, of course, a positive development for Turkey. It will also help countries such as Kuwait, Oman, Jordan, Morocco, and Pakistan to feel much more relaxed and to have more space in their foreign policy to maneuver. And this is also a good development for Ankara because they probably push for better relations with Turkey. And finally, the reconciliation process will allow countries that feel threatened more from Iran's regional policies to focus on countering Tehran malicious activities in the coming period, in my opinion.
So, Cengiz, what do you make of the olive branch offered to Turkey by Saudi Arabia? Can Riyadh build stronger relationships with Turkey without undermining the Turkey-Qatar alliance?
No, it is impossible, with Qatar and Turkey now they are strategic allies and partners. I think this all of things related to Biden government and Iranian threat, and now there is a new set of politics in the region after normalization some of Gulf countries with Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia right now needs Turkey, and if they want to improve relations with Turkey, they need Qatar as well, because these three countries are very important in the whole of region. And also we should add Egypt to these countries in order to make some reconciliation and easing the policy in the Middle East. And now, as the Biden government is coming, this is totally different man from Trump. Trump was Israeli-based policies he used to use in the region, and also Biden is easing the policy towards Iran. And right now, Saudi Arabia needs Turkey and to improve the relations between Turkey, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia. Maybe in the future, Egypt.
So has the Saudi Arabia and the UAE alliance's failure in Yemen, Ali, got anything to do with this rapprochement, or is it solely linked with the incoming Biden presidency?
Personally, I don't believe that it's linked to the reconciliation process in between Saudi Arabia and Qatar, but certainly there is a divergent interest between Saudi Arabia and UAE as states. But what the relation will of Mohammed bin Salman and Mohammed bin Zayed is in a problematic manner right now. This is something to be seen later. Usually, this kind of relation between the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia and Abu Dhabi's Crown Prince helped to bridge the gap between the different and contrasting interests between Saudi Arabia and UAE in the past. But for now, we are seeing this gap is widening, whether it is when it comes to the Saudi-Qatari recent reconciliation, or when it comes to the Saudi interest in Yemen, or even Saudi interest in Syria. Yani, a few days ago, we heard the Saudi foreign minister putting more pressure on Assad regime. So this is, of course, not suitable for UAE. We will see how these developments will end up in the coming few weeks. This will depend on how Saudi Arabia will act when it comes to interests related to other countries such as Turkey in the region.
So, Cengiz, what's at stake for Crown Prince MBS when Biden took office? Would he prefer to remain under his father, the king's shadow, during this transition period?
I think so, yeah. Now King Salman is becoming more important after the 3 years of problems in Saudi Arabia policy with Emirates, especially in Yemen, in Libya, in Syria, in other region. And right now, I think in Biden government, and we will see more Salman effects, King Salman effects. Saudi Arabian policy more than Mohammed bin Salman, because he did, I think, a lot of mistakes, especially for Saudi Arabia. And also there is a difference between, there's a rift, some kind of right now between United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia, and we can feel and we can see this difference right now.
All right, gentlemen, unfortunately, we'll have to leave it here. Thank you very much for joining us on Straight Talk.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having us.